I challenged the best player in the world, Mohamed Light, for a best of 3 in a $60,000 ESL competition. Who I won at the end and how close the game is gonna be. This is what you're gonna see. One of the best gameplay ever and one of the closest game in Clash Royale history. If you guys want to see more pro gameplay just like that, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure to use Creator Good Morning Shop. I really appreciate any support of you guys. I would say, let's dive jump into the game, and I'm gonna tell you, this is absolutely incredible. I've never seen anything like that before. Besides the game Morten vs. Search. In the first game, we are actually playing this mortar deck, and you also place a different mortar variations. You also need to keep in mind it's duels format, so in every single game you can just use every single card once, so you cannot repeat any card, otherwise you lose this game. It's a best of 3. Who wins the first time 2 games? It's absolutely crazy. I can tell you, playing against the best players in the world is the funniest thing you can do. Facing Mohamed Light here for sure. We always need to take matchups in consideration. What means matchups? How one deck is against the other deck, so how are the cards matching against each other. An example, we're just gonna talk about like that. If we have a rocket deck against Sparky, like really simple example, you have matchup against the opponent's decks for sure. Some cards do better against others, some decks do better against others, some matchups are closer, some are way harder to win, but generally still skill is really important. Mohamed Light is currently the best player in the world. Without a doubt, he's winning all the tournament, and this is actually single elimination tournament. I had to face him in the first round of this tournament, so I was like, okay, so there's only one way, right? I need to win this, otherwise I'm out. But for sure it would be big upset, because I think people still know that I'm not too bad at the game. But you need to be honest, Mohamed Light is currently the best out of Clash Royale. So I decided to play this Mighty Miner deck because I really like to place, I faced him so much in the last couple of weeks in competition, so I feel like I'm facing Mohamed Light like every single day. So for sure, I was like, okay, I want to play a deck which I'm feeling really comfortable with, also which is not really predictable and doesn't have too many counters. If we talk about decks in general, what are really solid decks? Decks which you have a top or play potential most of the time, cycle decks, and which aren't really matchup dependent. If you see this deck, yeah, you can play Earthquake, Hawk Rider, which is decently good against, but it's still not you're beating it 100% of the time. There are more matchup dependent decks which if you get a good matchup, you normally win because you don't need to play well. An example, Golem, Lava, and these are decks which are really easy to play, and if you have the right matchup, the right deck which you're like facing, you should win this normally most of the time. But against really good players like Mohamed Light, I still think like I'm not the worst player. Honestly, really insanely good miner. I was like really surprised. It was a really good miner pulling away. I was like, okay, so I want to play a deck where I have play potential, even facing a bad match. And that's always like what he also likes to do against good players, which I still am. Not bad for a content creator though, but I'm still a decent player. So he plays a deck which he has a play potential, which he can win. And also he plays a Giant Skelly with it. This is kind of like, normally you don't really see Giant Skelly, but he's gonna use Giant Skelly because in the last couple of tournaments against him, I used a ton of beatdown at the start. So the first game with a ton of Golem, so he was going for Giant Skelly because Giant Skelly does pretty well against Golem. So this is the main reason he decided to put a Giant Skelly in his deck. Makes sense, the decision, right? So I'm gonna go in for my mortar here, my mortar on defense, but it's kind of, his miner placements are really good and he's gonna get a ton of damage also with the guards here. So I need to go in for a hunter here just to make sure that his mortar is not connecting. He goes in for that, so I think I'm just gonna go for this. I'm just gonna go for Mighty Miner back, and I think this time I'm just gonna drop a Miner. Miner directly on tower. Giant Skelly is tagging. By the way, like if I'm not really answering any type of comments today or like just take some time off, I have birthday today, so like you don't need to wish me happy birthday because I'm getting so old and I always get reminded of that. But yeah, just let you know guys, I get 21 today. Like I'm so old. I'm so freaking old. It's absolutely crazy, but I'm still alive. I'm still alive, and I hope I'm able to show you next couple of years still Clash Royale gameplay. Just want to say thank you so much for all of you guys. If you would be like nearby, like living next to me, I would give you like some candies. But I would bake you a cake, but I really appreciate any of your support. Yeah, for all the time. I'm just really thankful to have you guys, and this is just like my biggest birthday present you can do. Watch my videos, and I'm really happy about that. So I don't really care about birthday anymore. Just to go a bit off topic, I just really, yeah, for me it doesn't mean anything. I'm just really happy, like, every single day to have such a life as I have right now. So, I'm just gonna go for my mortar here. Honestly, which is about the matchup. How we talk about the matchup? I mean, there are like two different versions, or like two different ways how to explain the matchup. The one is, we have the Mighty Mike and Giant Skelly, really, really good. But I feel like the matchup advantage, maybe he has a small one, like 55-44. The reason is because I think the Musketeer is just so good and just absolutely shreds me. Also, he played one. Like, I feel like I played it pretty decent, maybe on almost the same level. The real thing which he was better at was like catching my miners in a better way, which kind of got him the game, or like I didn't catch his miner as he did with mine. So GGs were played. First game Mohamed Light spoke, so right now is winning or being out of the competition. Here we go, guys. Your next game against Mohamed Light. So this time we're going for Graveyard deck, but honestly, can we talk about the Giant Skeleton? Giant Skeleton is one of the best cards right now in Clash Royale. The damage is absolutely insane if you have like a Giant Skeleton map, even against the Knight. Knight absolutely got shredded, and we need to talk about the Mother, which I don't know if you guys saw yesterday's short. Actually, sometimes I'm putting up shorts if I'm like not able to record a video, because right now I'm really trying to kind of make safe that every time I'm recording video, I'm 100% motivated, or feeling well. I'm kind of sick a bit. I'm not really that sick, but a bit sick. So yeah, just generally really talk about Giant Skelly. Just so strong, does so much damage. And Mother Witch, yeah, Mother Witch will most likely get a buff, and I just feel like she's still kind of underrated. She is not OP, but she's also not as bad as people think. She does really, really well in this kind of IG decks, also in this great variation. If your opponent has Fireball out, especially in dual format, it's just so good and deals so much damage. As you guys can see, there's like no way for him to get value, so we're doing this. Honestly, in my opinion, now we're going to play a Skelly King at the bridge. I wasn't like sure if the Skelly King was too good, but I think it was a fine play. So, because now he needs to use a Hunter here. I knew he was low on Elixir, so I know I can use my build here, just tank for that, also get another Hogan. I know he still needs to play something. Good E-Spirit by him, but we get the damage advantage. Also, having the Elixir advantage in mind is also good for sure. We got a really good matchup at this point. I feel like that's not really disgusting. If we have like, if we're playing a Zappy stack, and our opponent has Lightning, you can normally be really, really happy, especially it's RG Lightning versus Zappies. Tombstone, he doesn't have log anymore because he just used it in the first deck. We got a Giant Skelly, we got a Skelly King. We're really, really happy with that. I'm really, really happy about the matchup here. I just want to play safe. The only way I was like thinking how we can win this is getting the King to activation with his Fisherman against my Skelly King or Giant Skeleton. But this is a matchup where I want to play really passive. Also, I can, right? There's some decks where you want to be like getting early damage. An example for Hawk right there against Lava and so on. You want to get early damage, you need to kind of play more aggressive. Even the situation doesn't let you play aggressive. But honestly, I think my Mother Witch, that was kind of annoying, right? Like, I didn't really understand why the Mother Witch got pulled, so I was like, oh, that's not too good. But yeah, with this deck, you can really, really chill. And I'm just gonna spam tubes actually at the bridge. So I'm just gonna use my build here. My Skellies are connecting to Tower, which is really good. He goes in for E-Spirit, and I was like, okay, I can just go for Zappies here. I mean, I could, like, I think he could go in for Lightning, but he didn't. I didn't decide to go for Tombstone. Why? Because I was like, okay, I can just save this one. I don't need to go in. There's no real reason to do that. So, I'm just gonna go in for the Mother Witch here. And I'm just gonna cycle back, right? I'm just gonna cycle back to another sort of Zappy. So I'm just go for my Zappies here. And this is actually really, really, really good situation. I'm just gonna go, I think I'm even gonna go Giant Skelly, right? Or I should have used the ability. I was like, okay, what I'm gonna do, I should have used the ability on this side. I'm playing not really too clean. So, but I'm not really playing too bad also. So this is fine. Really great. Great Skelly King by him. But that was actually funny. This Giant Skelly pushed the Fisherman to the right side, so it didn't actually pull my Mother Witch. So actually we're getting now I think a Piggy out of that. So the Piggy gets on tower and deals actually 100 to, I think like actually like almost 200 damage. So taking this absolutely fine. I'm just gonna go for Mother Witch here. He just drops a Fisherman. Fisherman actually quite annoying in this matchup, and he's for sure doing a really good job. Why I'm going for the build here, just to make sure the kind of the Mother Witch survives. As you guys are seeing, the Mother Witch gets a ton of value, and I think this time I'm just gonna go in for my really good. I'm really happy actually with this decision to go in for my Grail like this, because his Barbarian was out, his Hunter died, my G-Skelly was pretty really good tanking there, so he didn't really have a proper response against it, so we're getting a ton of damage. So right now his last chance is going in for the Royal Giant bag, building up a huge, massive push. And getting like maybe 2 on the map. But so far looks really good. Also because of Mother Witch being just so OP. Also G-Skelly Bomb just cleans up. I mean, G-Skelly Bomb isn't as good as it used to be anymore, but it's just generally still awesome. So you're just gonna go in for another Royal Giant here, and I'm just gonna go in for a Snowball here. I'm just also the 3-card cycle for sure really helped, otherwise we wouldn't have had another Tombstone cycle. I'm just gonna go for Tombstone. So many skeletons, and I know this is going to be it. I can just grave it. I don't even need to grave it, honestly. Could have just got Poison Snowball, but I'm just gonna go for the Snowball. GG's, we were played 1-1 against Mo. The last game decides everything. Here we go, guys. Here we go into game number 3 against Mohamed Light. So kind of talking about the deck's manship. So we used Poison, we used Fireball, so I knew he could play any type of Fireball, but recruits were still open. There could be Lava on decision, but Miner was out. Even he's like known for Lava Miner, so it was like, okay, there were like 2 decks I was thinking. I could go for this deck, which I'm like using here, or I was going for an Earthquake, Delivery, Royal Hawks deck. So actually I went with this. I think Royal Hawks, Earthquake would have been way better. But I also didn't have Fire Spirit, right? So, I couldn't kill the Flying Machine and so on. I should have used E-Spirit and Bats, but if I would have used E-Spirits, Bats, Archer Queen, Royal Hawks, I think it would have been a really good win. So I'm just gonna go in for my Ghost Opposite Line. He drops his Lava on the back. You guys gonna see, this is going to be absolutely crazy, and I still actually don't believe how I won this game. So I actually need to pressure Opposite Lane with my, how's it called? How is this card even called? I think you guys know what I'm talking about. The Golden Knight. Not the worst card, so honestly really good buffs around. So I actually thought, okay, I lost already. I thought I lost already in this sequence, but actually surprisingly I didn't. So this is good. I'm just going for scale here, kind of tanking also for the Lava Pups. And my Magic Archer stays alive. I know I don't really have anything against Pump, so the only real way for me defending is stacking Magic Archer. Using the 3-card cycle with the Golden Knight, getting 2 Magic Archers on the map, this is the key, and this is what we want to do. So actually, because I know that his Barb sort of cycle, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go in for this, how's it called, Goblin Drill. Goblin Drill on the Pump, that's the only way really to kill that. So I did it. And we are looking not too good because his Pump is still on the map and he can just go in for Lava. So I'm actually predicting his Lava on team. I'm just gonna go in for my Golden Knight here. Now he's gonna go Barbs. I think this Barbs really helped us because he had to use it. So they were really smart Golden Knight. I don't really think I fought it in the sequence, but with him having Elixir advantage and him having to spend or kind of wasting his Elixir on Barbs, which don't really give him any value to support his Lava Hound. He always needs to go in for Archers plus, for Arrows plus Mirror on top of a Magic Archer. This was already, this was a key play. This play won me the game because otherwise he would have just supported his Lava Hound, and there's no way to kill that when he has like this big of an Elixir advantage. Also kind of lucky that my Magic Archer targets his Flying Machine there. I need to go in for an EOS High there, so I need to go now for a Magic Archer. Honestly, this Magic Archer placement is absolutely crazy. And also, I don't really agree with his Flying Machine decision, so I'm just gonna go for this. I can just go in for Skeletons here, and I'm just absolutely, like, this Magic Archer was absolutely crazy. Can go now for his arrows, and I'm like, okay, I just need to keep up the pressure. I just need to do what I need to do. But I know also I cannot overcommit, otherwise I'm just losing. So I think I didn't look actually Elixir. Some players sometimes do it that they're like looking at a second device how much Elixir their opponent have. I actually didn't do it. So in some situations, the analyst told me afterwards that I could have gone like in with Drill plus Canka at the bridge, like get Drill in the back to push all the back, but I actually didn't because yeah, I didn't know how much Elixir I had. So he actually still needs to go in for another sort of Skelly Dragons. My Cannon card actually gets one shot. I need to go for EOS High. EOS High actually cleans up. I don't know how I defended this, but I actually did. I'm just gonna go for a Golden Knight here. In this situation, I think I just should have played Drill in the back, and we would have gotten at least some value out of that. But actually, I'm just go for Magic Archer. I think this Magic Archer is really solid. He goes in for a Flying Machine. Flying Machine wasn't really the best Flying Machine on Earth, but it still survives and kills my Ghost, so that's fine, I guess. He cannot go Lava in front of that. That was like my only real where I was scared about. So Barb's actually not really too easy for me to kill. I mean, Ghost doesn't really do too well against him. So I think, yeah, that was a really bad drill. I shouldn't have played Drill. Like, this is the thing. Like, I played like 2 or 3 drills. I was always like, when is the right time to drill? Every time there was a wrong time. Also, this NATO mortenroyale. Every time there was a bad time to drill, I played the drill. Also, maybe he shouldn't have used the barbarians there. This is kind of annoying. So I need to go in for this. I'm just going to go for the ghost here. He's going to arrows plus mirror soon. And kills all of this stuff. I need to go for a Nado here. I'm just going to go Ewis, trying to kill everything I actually did. I mean, Ewis Nado is actually really underrated combi as it seems. So I'm going for my magic archer here. Maybe I shouldn't have played it too high. But I know I still need to drill this. So I'm just going to go for this. I'm just going to go for that. And actually, like, I don't know what my golden knight did there, but he actually didn't do the job. So he's just gonna go in for this, and I'm like, okay, I lost. There's no way for me to defend this huge push, right? At least he didn't have arrows and cycles, so I'm just gonna go in for my Nado now. His cycle's actually not too quick, so the Scalies are splashing. I need to go for an Ewis now. If I go earlier, I lost because of Bla1 killing it. So 430 HP, he needs to go for a knight, which arrows are coming down. No, but it's going to be late, 44 HP. I actually got it, and yeah, that was just like his reaction of mine, because I first time beat him since like few best of 3s, so actually really insane gameplay. At the end I got top 4, which qualifies me for the final stage, where I'm like fighting for the golden ticket to go directly to the Clash Royale League World Finals. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know in the comment section if you guys enjoyed this kind of gameplay. Tomorrow's video is gonna be an interesting one. I'm playing a deck from a really famous YouTuber. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think I'm gonna play the deck from, and I would say I'm out. Thanks for watching and have an awesome rest of your days. I love you guys.